morning students. Now I am going to continue the same chapter, chapter 3. Okay. My next topic is air dissolved in water. Okay. My next topic is air dissolved in water. In my previous video I explained you that water is called as a universal solvent because it is having the capacity to dissolve so many substances in it. So water is having one capacity that it can dissolve the gases also in it. Okay, it can dissolve the gases also in it. Okay, so air is present in the dissolved state in all the natural sources of the water. In the ponds also air is dissolved in the water, in the lakes also air is dissolved in the water, in the rivers also air is dissolved in the water. Okay, the two main components of air, I think all of you know, nitrogen and oxygen. Okay, nitrogen and oxygen. The two main components of air are nitrogen and oxygen. So among these two, oxygen is more soluble in water. Oxygen is more soluble in water. Okay, oxygen is more soluble in water. In comparison to nitrogen, oxygen is more soluble in the water. Now since oxygen is more soluble in the water compared to nitrogen, the composition of the air dissolved in water from ordinary air. Okay, composition of the air dissolved in water. Okay, in the air, I think all of you know 70%, okay, nearly about 70% nitrogen is found, okay, 21% oxygen is found, okay, nitrogen, oxygen and CO2, 0.03%, okay, carbon dioxide, and after that remaining percentage is other impurities. But in the case of water, okay, you see the composition now. In the case of water, okay, the composition of air dissolved in water is 33% oxygen now. In water, 33% oxygen, okay, and 66% nitrogen. 66% nitrogen and 1% carbon dioxide. So the composition of air dissolved in water is 33% oxygen, okay. In compared to air, you can see here only 21%, but in the water 33% of oxygen is dissolved, okay, and the amount of percentage of nitrogen is also less in water in comparison to air. Okay, now to show that the tap water contains dissolved gases, okay, you have to see one experiment in which it is proving that tap water contains dissolved gases, means air. For that you have to take one round bottom flask, okay, round bottom flask, you have to insert one delivery tube here, and here you have to keep one trough of water, and in that you have to keep one inverted burette. Okay, filled with water, and delivery tube you have to, okay, like this. So here you have to fill the tap water, okay, here you have to fill the tap water, okay. This one is graduated tube, okay. So fill a round bottom flask completely with the tap water and arrange the apparatus like this. Okay, this one is rough figure I have drawn. So you have to arrange the apparatus like this. A graduated tube or the burette, in the place of this tube you can use the burette also, filled completely with the water is inverted over, just invert it, and you have to keep it over the end of the delivery tube. See, this one is the end of the delivery tube. You have to keep it over it, okay, in a container of water. Okay, heat the water in the flask. Okay, afterwards you have to heat the water in the flask. So what you will observe, that the gas which is dissolved in the water, it will come out in the forms of bubbles. Okay, the gas which is usually dissolved in the water, after heating, this gas will come out, okay, in the forms of bubbles. So gas bubbles are seen escaping from the water. They are collected in this tube, okay, with the process of downward displacement of water. I think all of you know about the downward displacement of water. In class 8 you have studied it, okay, downward displacement of water. Okay, with the help of this method, this gas will be collected in this tube. Okay, the water vapor present in the gases condenses on coming in contact with the cold water in the tube. So conclusion is that the remaining gases come from the air dissolved in the water and they escape on heating. Okay, the remaining air, okay, the gases which is dissolved in the water, after heating it will come out, okay, and they were collected in the tube. Okay, so with the help of this experiment we can prove that the tap water contains dissolved gases. Okay, tap water can, in the tap water the dissolved gases are present. Okay, now importance of air dissolved in water. What are the importance of this air which is dissolved in the water? Okay, first very important thing, that the marine life, okay, like fish and all the aquatic animals which are present in the water, they use this oxygen for respiration. Oxygen is used for respiration, okay, because all the living things need oxygen. So the animals which are living in the water, okay, from where they will get the oxygen? So we know that oxygen is dissolved in the water, so from this oxygen they are breathing. Okay, second one is aquatic plant use this carbon dioxide, okay, in the water. Carbon dioxide is also dissolved, so in the water, with the help of this carbon dioxide, they are doing photosynthesis. Okay, they are making their food, okay, glucose. And water. See, I am not balancing this reaction. I mean to say that first gas is oxygen, which is used for respiration. Okay, second gas is carbon dioxide, which is used for photosynthesis, because in aquatic plants also make their own food, okay, with the help of this, okay, process that is called photosynthesis. So in the process of photosynthesis, carbon dioxide is a very important gas. So this carbon dioxide they use from the water. Okay, now the third one is carbon dioxide dissolved in the water reacts with limestone. Okay, carbon dioxide which is present in the water, it reacts with limestone, okay, CaCO3, okay, and it forms calcium bicarbonate. Okay, calcium bicarbonate. This is the formula of calcium bicarbonate, and this calcium bicarbonate is used by the snails and so many other aquatic animals for making their shells, okay, for building their shells. I think all have seen that in the snail you have seen its body is covered with a very hard structure, okay, that is the shell, okay, that is called its shell. So this calcium bicarbonate is used by the snail for making their shells. So these gases are very, very important, which are dissolved in the water. Okay, first one is oxygen, it is used for respiration. Second one is carbon dioxide, which is used for photosynthesis. And third one is carbon dioxide, which is reacting with limestone or calcium carbonate, and it forms calcium bicarbonate, which is used by the snails and or other aquatic animals for making their shells. Okay, so this chapter is completed. In my next video I will give you the question answer of exercise 3rd A. Thank you so much.